Hello students. So in this video we will discuss about the second family Solanaceae. That means in the syllabus, as you know, that we have three families in the syllabus. One is Fabaceae, the second one is Solanaceae, the third one is Liliaceae. Already in the previous video we discussed about the family Fabaceae, and now it is the turn of the family Solanaceae. Of course, many plants that belong to this family are well known to us. We are familiar with many plants, as many plants are useful to us. And especially some of the plants we are using as food, like potato. Everyone knows potato. So that potato plant belongs to Solanaceae family. Like that, tomato plant belongs to Solanaceae family. Okay, and brinjal or eggplant belongs to Solanaceae family. And the chilies, without which we won't like the food, spice. Okay, the chilies which add spice to our curries belongs to the family Solanaceae. And not only that, like capsicums or Shimla mirchi, plant also belong to this family. And of course, apart from this, there is one very popular medicine that is used in Ayurveda, ashwagandha, Withania somniferum, also belongs to this family. And of course, one more plant, that is atropine belladonna, or Atropa belladonna, from which the alkaloid atropine is extracted, also belongs to the family Solanaceae. So like that, Solanaceae family is economically very useful family, just like the Fabaceae family. And so let us discuss some of the characters of this family. Okay, here I drew the diagram, and this is the twig, and this is the flower, and this is LS of flower, and this is floral diagram. And now let us see where these plants are distributed in the world. And when we discussed about Fabaceae, we have come to that they are worldwide in distribution, or cosmopolitan in distribution. But the members of Solanaceae are mainly distributed in tropical and subtropical countries. But as due to the introduction method of plant breeding, means these travelers or the people who are moving from one place to other place. Okay, so they have introduced some of these members in all the countries. That's why now we are finding even in temperate regions. So tropical first, subtropical next, and temperate later. And when it comes to the vegetative characters, and remember in Fabaceae we saw all different kinds of plants, herbs, shrubs, trees. And here also you will find herbs, shrubs, but not the tall trees, but here you will find the small trees. But in Fabaceae we have the tall trees, like red sandalwood tree belongs to Fabaceae. Okay. So like that, so it is a dicot family. So don't forget that dicot plants generally will have what kind of root system? Taproot system. So the members of this Solanaceae family too possess a taproot system. Okay, but the potato plant is an exception because it propagates through vegetatively, So whenever that plant propagated vegetatively, it will have adventitious roots. And we won't find any root modifications in this family. And the stem grows outside, so aerial, and generally it is straight, so erect, and it has branches, so branched, and it is herbaceous. Herbaceous means what? Soft one. Okay, soft stem, and on the surface you will find some hairs. So when the hairs are present, it is called hairy, or it may be smooth. When it is smooth, we use this word glabrous, and it may be solid or it may be hollow. Okay, and the modification which you will find in this family is the stem tuber in potato. Okay, so Solanum tuberosum is the scientific name of potato plant, and it produces these stem tubers which are underground stem modifications. And the potato will have the eyes which represent the axillary buds, and the axillary buds will help in the propagation. Vegetative propagation means what? They they sprout into new plants. Okay, when we come to the leaf, in Fabaceae we saw stipulate leaves, but in the Solanaceae family, the leaves are exstipulate. Leaves are exstipulate means what? Without stipules. They will have petioles, and they are simple and rarely pinnately compound, and even on the surface of these leaves you will find hair, so hairy, and the venation is reticulate venation, and the phyllotaxy is alternate phyllotaxy. Okay, so these are the vegetative characters. Now let us come to the floral characters. The inflorescence is racemose or cymose, racemose or cymose. And the flowers do not have any bract, so the flower is described as a bracteate. And though they have pedicels, but on the pedicel you won't find any leaf-like appendages called bracteoles. So they are bracteolate, and generally the flowers will have all four whorls, so that is calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. And when the flower is with all these four whorls, we call the flower as what? Complete flower. And the complete flowers are always bisexual, because they will have androecium and gynoecium, so bisexual. And the flower has a radial symmetry, that's why it can be cut into two equal halves from any plane passing through the center. That's why the flower is actinomorphic, and all other floral parts are present below gynoecium, so hypogynous. And the number of members in each whorl of the flower are 5 or multiple of 5, so pentamerous. And of course here you can see very clearly, that is the sepals are 5 and petals are 5, so pentamerous. Di and heterochlamydeous means what? The perianth is arranged in two whorls, perianth. Okay, and they can be differentiated into calyx and corolla, so heterochlamydeous. Okay, so now let us see the details of the flower. The calyx is having 5 sepals and they are fused. You can see here, this represents the fusion. So gamosepalous, and the estivation is valvate estivation. What is valvate estivation? Means what? They are arranged side by side without overlapping. And now let us see the corolla, and the number of petals are 5 and they are fused, so gamopetalous. They may be funnel shaped as in datura, or they may be wheel shaped as in brinjal, or they may be tubular as in the case of cestrum nocturnum, that is night queen. So rather due to fusion they will acquire different shapes. So gamopetalis, and the yeast variation can be, in some it is valvate and in some it is twisted. And now when we come to the androecium, so androecium is represented with 5 stamens. Their epipetalis means what? Attached to petals. Attached to petals, you can see here. So epipetalis and dithecus means what? Every anther will have 2 lobes. So dithecus anthers. And when it comes to the gynoecium, so it is bicarpellary, 2 carpels, number of carpels are 2. Syncarpus means what? They are fused, and they have 2 locules, 2 chambers inside, 2 locules, so bilocular. And the placentation is axial placentation with the swollen axis. You can see here the swollen axis, swollen axial placentation. But one point has to be noted. You can see here the 2 carpels are not straight. They are not straight. They are okay, rotated. This is called torsion, and this torsion is not at 90 degrees. It is at 45 degrees torsion. 45 degrees torsion you will find in this gynoecium. And that's why generally you have to remember one point. Of course, the gynoecium never in any book you refer, and it will never be drawn straight. It bends, and even the flowers never okay, stand straight. They will bend like this. This is due to torsion. Okay, so that is about the gynoecium. And the fruits are is a berry, multi-seeded berries. Means what? You take a tomato, you will find so many seeds. That is a berry, and brinjal is a berry. Okay, and this capsicum is a berry. Chilies is also berry, and of course you know that in all of them you will find many seeds, multi-seeded berries. Or it may be capsule, as in the case of tobacco plant, and also in the case of what this datura, it is a capsule. So I hope you understand capsule in datura and tobacco plant, Nicotiana tabacum. And generally, while discussing about the seed, we said these seeds of dicots generally non-endospermic, but exceptions will be there. And in this Solanaceae family, the seeds are endospermic. Seeds are endospermic, and with dicotyledonous embryos. And now remember this one. This is the floral formula. Floral formula. EBR, that is ebracteate, EBRL, ebracteolate, and this is actinomorphic, bisexual, K 5, that is sepals 5, gamosepalous, that's why brackets, corolla 5 petals, gamopetalis brackets, androecium 5 stamens, and this symbol, this line from A to C represents what? Epipetalous condition. And the gynoecium is with 2 carpels, that is bicarpellary, and the brackets represent syncarpous condition, and the hyphen below represents what? Superior ovary. So that is the floral formula. And after completion of this Liliaceae, you write down these floral formulas of all these 3 families at one place, and try to practice them, and so that you will be able to differentiate these floral formulas, and you will be able to recognize the floral formula of a particular family. Okay, and now let us discuss about the academic importance of the family. Already in the beginning I told you that the vegetables, most of the vegetables that which we are eating belong to the Solanaceae family, like what? Potato, tomato, brinjal. Okay, and of course, we discussed this point also. Chilies belongs to the spices, and here I am writing capsicums. Okay, belongs to this family, chilies. And also a fumigatory plant, that is Nicotiana tabacum, and which is used for making cigarettes, cigars, and other things. So there is Nicotiana tabacum, and it contains what, nicotine, which is carcinogenic, and that's why in majority of the countries now this cultivation of tobacco has been banned. Okay, that is a different thing. And now let us see, as I told you earlier, the medicinal plants of this family include Atropa belladonna, that is a belladonna drug yielding plant. So that's why it is commonly called as belladonna plant. And Withania somniferum, that is the scientific name of ashwagandha. And in Ayurvedic field, this is popularly known as ashwagandha because it is a multi-purpose drug. It it is generally used as a general tonic. Okay, general tonic for a person. It makes a person better, healthy. So that is what ashwagandha. That is about the family Solanaceae.